Your general observations of this Oklahoma team started out 13-0. Obviously, some tough games to start conference play, but what are their strengths? What sort of stands out to you?
Let me start, Jordan, if you don't mind. I apologize for holding everybody up here. We a little long-winded. Obviously, with the weather conditions, we got off to a little bit of a slow start. But thanks for holding tight, guys. Oklahoma really good. You're 0-2 in this league. What does that mean, right? I mean, they could reel off seven in a row. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they're really good. Their spacing, their level of confidence, their skill level, their ability to make threes from different spots, their playmaking ability, especially with Fears, they're super talented freshmen. Their actions, they've played high level teams and they've had a lot of success. They're a really good team.
I got a text from Dash that his Zoom is not responding. Jack Leo, uh, Dash, can you talk? Can you unmute and talk? I'm texting with Dash as we're talking. I see Mark Weiser's camera on. We'll let Mark Weiser ask a question.
Hey, Mike, you mentioned, I guess, practicing getting your work done with the weather. What kind of challenge was that to get everybody that needs to be at practice there today, or was it not an issue?
We eventually got everybody here. Just it just took a while. It's not like it's easy to prepare. And it wasn't typical. You know, we didn't have the whole team here an hour and a half early and getting ankles taped and being able to physically prepare quite as much. Eventually, everyone got here. Just a later start, really. Just probably the simplest way to put it. Just a later start than we had expected. But everybody's good. Everybody's had good practice.
Go to Jack Leo and then Roger Manus.
Yeah, coach, just curious what the last few days of practice have looked like. Obviously, you come off that big win with Kentucky. How has, focus been, intensity, all those kind of things going into Oklahoma?
Really good, normal. We've talked about the consistency with the work ethic and the approach with this group, and it was status quo these last couple of days. Our guys understand the opportunities in front of us. Oklahoma coming to town in the Steg. I mean, they're excited to play another really good team and see if we can have some success there offensively, defensively. See if we can get a little bit better. But the guys have been great.
Hey, Coach, could you just touch on the home court winning streak and kind of the home court environment you guys have built and how important that is to the culture and what you're trying to build there?
Yeah, I mean, we're all trying to protect our home court. I don't know what the streak is. I'm not really into streaks that much. I can tell you that I thought the environment was electric, the best environment I've experienced in the Steg. We're very appreciative of our fans and of our administration. Of course, we've made some changes in our arena, and I think it's been really effective. Our students were incredible the other day. We obviously need that continued support. Again, can't express enough the level of appreciation, which allowed us to play better. You know, to play with a high level of intensity, especially defensively, helped us get some stops down the stretch. And we're going to need that again tomorrow against Oklahoma.
Go to Aaron Ladd and then back. I believe Dasher's back with us. So do Aaron and then Dash.
Coach, kind of along the same theme of the home court advantage. I know everything in sports is analytical now. Is there something that you can quantify that is better for you all at Stegman, or is there something that you're going into the game where you're saying, we have an advantage in this way at home specifically, we can measure that?
No, nothing just jumps off the sheet. Honestly, I just think most teams are more comfortable. Not most. I got to think all. Comfortable playing in front of your people, in front of your supporters, in an environment that you're really familiar with. We just got off the game floor where we practiced, and that's where we practice as much as possible. So just allows for a level of familiarity. And then your fans, of course, especially when it was like it was the other day, they just give you a little bit more pep to your step. And that's why moving forward, we're going to continue to encourage/challenge our fans to be as dynamic as they were the other day.
Hey, Coach. We're starting to see now, what this team's capable of when you play to your potential. But what's the key now going to be to kind of build that consistency you're going to need week in and week out, game in and game out?
You know, I- this team they'd surprise me if we lost our level of consistency, if it was negatively affected significantly, I should say. Um, every team in the country is going to have um, the challenges to their young people to be as consistent as possible and to be detail oriented and to be locked into the scouting report and respond to wins, respond to losses, all those things. This team's been really, really consistent. I think it's more about who you're playing and the fact that the schedule ahead of us is brutal, and so everyone in this league is going to take their lumps. It's just going to happen. Um, we're going to be consistent with our work ethic in our next practice and our next film session. It's just the way these guys are. It's a really good team to work with, which gives you a chance in the win-loss column. But you can still, again, play really well against some of these teams like Oklahoma and come up short just based on the other team playing better than you. We just got to continue to get better. That's where our focus is right now.
And just a real quick follow-up. This group of guards you have right now, have you had you've had a good group of guards at some of your previous stops, but how is this unit, these guards you have kind of stacking up to maybe what you've had before?
A little different. Very, very talented group, deep group, versatile group of guards. Probably a little bit unique in that they're probably we've got some diversity there, but there's probably more similarity amongst the group of five that we're playing more so than any group that I've coached. We've got a bunch of 6'4" guys that can make a shot, that can drive it, they can pass a little bit. We've got some weaknesses too. We got to work on our turnover margin. Got to work on our decisions, our execution, a lot of stuff. But five guys with size, with some versatility, play well together. But we've got a ways to go.
Thanks.
Mark has another question. Mark, fire away.
Mike, with SEC play underway, I'm curious what you think of the SEC availability report, that level of transparency. And I guess Kentucky had a guy the other day that was one of their better players that was on there, but then ended up playing. What do you think of it?
No, I guess I put our, the conference office and Greg and Garth and those guys. If they think it's better for the league, I'm all for it. I'm all for transparency. We'll see if there are any issues, down the road with, within our league, but I don't anticipate it. I think for the most part, I think it's a good thing. I don't see any negatives coming from it.
And Jordan's put his hand up.
Yeah, Mike, I just want to ask your impressions of Bryson Gadeen, number 2 for Oklahoma, or in that game against A&M. Just what stood out to you about him?
He went nuts. I mean, just a quick high release, a beautiful stroke, and they did a great job. Again, their spacing is off the charts, and they just put you in peril with guys that have an ability to drive it and draw defenders. They're a very good passing team, very good decision-making team. They run good actions. They put you in ball screens with a decision maker, catching it in the middle of the court, and he puts a lot of pressure on you when he's in the game. With his ability to stretch you and get off threes quickly with a high level stroke. Had a huge game the other day, and they run good actions for him, of course.